Hello and welcome. In this video, what I want to do is introduce you to Microsoft Teams and give you a little bit of an outline on how to use the class notebook to complete your lessons. Now, I've been setting up lessons within Microsoft Class Notebook and asking people to complete them, and people are saying they are finding it hard or difficult to do, which I thought I'd set this video up to allow you to get access to this. Now, when you log into Teams, you need to use your school password and email, and it will then open up and access you into your own version of Teams. Now, you will still get the same menu bar down the left-hand side, so it will have activities, chat, Teams, assignments, calendar, calls, and files. Calls is where if a teacher wishes to do an online lesson, you'll be able to find it in there. You'll also be able to find logs of calls that you've made. Calendar will be your timetable. If teachers are set and go for school homework and set reminders, they will also be included in there. Assignments, if they set you pieces of assessment or homework which they want you to do on top of their lessons, that would be there. A lot of teachers are setting up their work as assignments within there. So if you click on that, that will open up your assignments. This is the Teams section. This is the most important section at the moment. Once you click on Teams, what you find in this section here, you will find in this section your classes. So if you are in your 8.3, you might have 8A3 English, 8A3 Maths, 8A2 Geography, and so on your subject areas. Now, as you can see, these are my classes, and I have my subjects and classes that I teach. So I've got Wallace, I've got Wright, I've got Johnson. Vlasier has now been passed off, and Mr. Stiff is teaching them, so I've not got access to them. So those are the ones that are in sections in there. So if I want to look at the class books, I can literally click on them, and it will go into this section here that says General. This is a general channel. There are some that I've got where they have multiple sections under here. So for example, in my year 10 and year 11s, there might be a section that says biology, physics, chemistry. That's because they're doing triple award. So in this section, you have post, files, class notebooks, assignments. So assignments you can see there, and it's also duplicated there. This is your overall for all your subjects. This is just for the subject that you're in. Files would be any files that your teacher wishes to pass on to you, whether it's revision booklets, materials, coursework, text that they want you to read through and analyse. All of that would be in that section. Posts is a general chat channel where you can post questions that you would like your teacher to answer. Now, I would suggest that you keep this area as clear as possible and think of it as putting your hand up in a lesson. Please don't clutter this area, because what will happen is your teachers will include posts like this, which tell everyone in the class what work they would like them to do. So this was set yesterday for me at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it says, I've set a kind of series of Teams lessons each week, and you'll be required to complete a series of lessons. This is what I want you to do this week. So if I click on that, you can see there's a link and it will take me to a page. This is another link that will take me to a page. And then you've got a YouTube video to explain or make you familiar with OneNote Teams. That's what the video looks like. So that tells us what it is. So if I spam this channel and put huge amounts of information in there, this will be lost and people will not know what to do. Now, the reason why I'm also mentioning this is I've said that once you complete the work and you're happy and you've done it, if you click like there, I can know who I need to go and have a look at the work for. So this is just my preference, and this is the way I want to do things, so I'm just explaining it now. So what does the class notebooks look like? What does this work actually look like? If I click on class notebook, this main section here opens up into an introduction to Teams. Now, this is a notebook that just explains briefly that this section here is called sections, and in here we have our pages. Now, at the moment, I can't see any work in there. In order to get that work, I need to clear this area a little bit by clicking this button up here, which says expand, or if I collapse it, I get the menu bar back on the side. So if I collapse it, expand it, I lose all of the menu bars on the side, so it makes it a bit easier for me to access. But I've still not got any notes, so if I click up in this section, it says Open Navigator. You can see now that I'm in the Wallace notebook. I can see Welcome, and this is called Sections, and this section here is called Pages. So at the moment I'm in the Welcome section, and Introduction to OneNote, Welcome to Class Notebooks. If I click on that, this will open a page. Think of this as your topic areas, and these as the individual sections within that topic. So this page tells me everything I need to know about one notebook. And it tells you how to start it, links, takes you to websites, how to use it, and get access to it. The moment I click on it, this page minimises so that I've only got to the right. If I want to go back and find other pages, I click on this section and it opens it back up for me. Now you've got your collaboration space, which in most cases would be blank, unless you've been set a teacher. Then you've got something called the content library. Now this content library is an area where your teachers will be posting your notes or your lessons if they are using this fully. So for example, this topic, in this content area, the two topics I'm going to be teaching with my year 8s this year, is going to be chemistry on Earth and magnetism of waves. So I've created a topic area for each of them. So these are my subject or my topics. If I click on chemistry on Earth, you can then see that what I've got then is the series of lessons in which I want to do. So this is my topic map, and it's right at the top. And you can see there that it's got a picture of everything that is included within this topic. I've then got prior knowledge tests. If I click on that, it will load up a prior knowledge test. Now this, as you can see, doesn't look like it's done anything. And if you get this version, that's fine. You can either click where it says here, fill in the form, or you can click this section here. What that will then do is open up a web browser with that attached document in it. So all of this is all linked. So you can see here, prior knowledge quiz. A bunch of questions that you can fill in by ticking the lozenges. Scroll down, once you've done all the questions, you can submit it at the end. Once you've done that, that task is completed. So I've now completed that, which is where it told me to do. So go back here. So you can see I can move back and forth as I want. If I click on posts, I'm back into that main section. It says here, in this section, knowledge test. Here it says lesson 1. Well, if I click on lesson 1, what it's going to do now is take me into my OneNote app, which is another way of looking at the same thing. Okay, so this view is absolutely identical to the following. Class notes. Remember, this little tick here which says open navigation panel. An open navigation panel. I'm going to make the page as wide as possible. I'm going to go into the content. I'm going to use, go into chemicals on Earth, and I'm going to click on lesson 1. Lesson 1. Click here, and what should happen then? Well, it's been a bit slow at the moment, and there is a reason for it being slow. I'll explain that in a second. What it's doing is it's not liking the fact that this page is open showing the same thing. So I'm going to close this down for a moment. I'm going to click to there to move the page, and I'm going to click back to it, And the moment I click in there, I've got a full page. So you can see what I've got there is that lesson. So it's got here website. You can tell it's a website. I'll put a link to say visit the website. If I click there, that will take me to the bite-sized website that's linked in with this part of the lesson. What I've then got to do is to create notes on atoms, elements, compounds, and mixtures. I need to include a definition for each of these words, atoms, elements, compounds, and mixtures. I need to draw a diagram to illustrate the keywords, and I need to give examples of those keywords. And it says here roughly how I do that. I can start off by watching the video to explain that. This is then a summary task. Now this little weird icon is because I've inserted it as a PDF. So I've got this version. If I click on it, it will open up the PDF reader, or it's actually attached it straight here. Now, if for example, I want to have a go at this, in order to answer the question, what do I need to do? I double click there, outside the text, to put the section it's writing. I can then move it over and then type into that box. If I want to answer this question, create another box, move it over. So that's how I'd answer those styles of questions. Just move it, click it, type it, move it, drop it into place. That's how I'd answer. The moment I have answered those questions, it's saved onto the network. So none of this changes permanent. Once I've done this, what I can then go and do is start to create my notes, which is this section. How to do that. It's as simple as moving over here, clicking there, clicking it, and typing. So if I want to use keywords, I can put bolds first and then underline it and put keywords. I'm then going to pick atoms. And I'm going to create my keyword. Now, say then I want to use a picture to install next to that. I go into the Insert tab. I can insert a tablet, a table, a file, a picture, audio. Yes, I can actually record and do the definitions, symbols, math equations, emojis, and so on. But if I want to click a picture, I've got three options. I can do it from a file, which is anything that's saved into my documents, from the camera, so I can use the camera on my laptop or the camera on my phone to take a picture, or I can do from online. If I click on from online, you then get a big search browser. Now what I can do with this is diagram of an atom, click on it, and it gives me lots and lots of different options. I like that one. I'm going to take that and insert it. Now this then has inserted it directly under my last little bit of writing. Now I think that's way too big. So I'm going to right click on it, click on the picture, right click on it, and I'm going to shrink it. Now each time I click that button, I shrink it. And so I think, yes, that's a manageable size. And that's that section done. If I want to click another textbook, put another keyword, I can just click someone else's. And I can move these boxes wherever I want on my document. I can place them wherever I want, however I want, and so on. All of that makes it nice and easy to make a set of notes. If I want to create a table, I can create that table. Insert, click on new area, insert table. This is a 2x2 table I've just created. I can then go onto this table tab and I can do shading. I want the top row to be in that grey colour. So all of this is very much like Microsoft Word and other programs that we've used that are quite simple and quite straightforward to use. So that's where the content is. This is where you've got to do your work. Now, this is the problem. If it's in the content area, here, you cannot edit it. Only people that can edit that is me, the teacher. For you to be able to edit it, what you've got to do is you go onto the page here, click on the page. If I click right click it, I can click move or copy. If I click move and copy, I can then see the areas in which I can move or copy into. Now, I don't really want to move it, because if I move it, it disappears out of my folder. So what I would like to do is copy it. I would pick an area. So if I look into Anae's work, which you can see there's a section there that says Chemistry on Earth. I can click the Chemistry on Earth section and click copy. And this would move a copy into Anae's folder. Now while it's there, Anae can edit it and alter it however she wants to. So you can't alter it if it's in the content library, but when it's in your content library, any of these sections, it's available for you to edit, which makes it very, very important that you know how to move it across. Now, I am going to do this now because I think it's important. That earlier on I showed you that you can have the note tab. I find this version just a little bit restrictive because of the space it takes up on the sides, and you've got this little block here that seems to do nothing, and there's a lot of space to take up. So I always tend to open in app or open in a browser. It's up to you which one you use. I open it in an app because I've got the app already installed on my computer. So by clicking on that, I can then click clone it on OneNote again, and what it will do is it will straight away open that up in the OneNote app. Okay, once the OneNote app is open, there you go, OneNote app is now opening. You can see exactly the page that you saw before. Okay, all this is just a little bit easier for me to have a look at. You can see there that I've got my little class notebooks, everything else. This is a slightly different region. The X's here means that it hasn't been synced fully yet. So if I close that down, don't need to do that. So if I click on this section, that bit disappears off. And this is a bit more detailed. So for example, in the other one, I've now got a range of different pens I can use. I've got the ability to draw shapes, which I didn't have in the other. I can do ink to shape. Now, if you have a tablet PC, or if you have an app that allows you, if you're doing it on a phone, this section is quite lovely because if I click ink to shape, oops, I have a black pen, no, yeah, black pen. It's not working for me now. No, it's not working today. If I go tablet, yeah, it's not working. In Microsoft Teams, if I do ink shape, draw a triangle, I can be really rough and it will work it out for you, and it will do it for you. At the moment, it's struggling a little bit because I'm moving back and forth between two apps, so it's telling me that Microsoft Teams has got the app, which is allowing me. And you can draw one there, you can change the themes, you can change the thing. Now, this is the bit that I wanted to show you, because I really like this as a tool. If I click here on the immersive reader, the page changes slightly. But what you get is this new view. Now, this can be changed. So I can change the size of the font to make it easier to read. I can increase the spacing. All of this, I can do Comic Sans, I can do Calibra. I can have it on different coloured backgrounds if it's preferable that you're able to read it on different backgrounds. All of this is completely customizable. The next section here, I can highlight in purple the nouns, in red the verbs, or I can turn all of them on. You can see there it's got verb, adjective, and so on. That's because I've got the labels to turn that off, I've just got the colours. So that's quite a lovely section to do that. The last bit is the bit that's probably the best. Now I've got line spacing, I can alter the line spacing. This bit is one of the best. If, for example, I've got this set up as a picture dictionary, and I click on the word website, I get
website. Website.
It will read that word for me. I've then got two pictures to show the meaning of the word. So website is showing computer screen for website or www. Here I can do atoms.
Atoms.
Read the word for me, and it's got a rough picture of it. So that's the immersive reader. Well, no, not really. The bit that I love about the immersive reader is this. Start with the word visit.
Visit the above website and make notes on the atoms, elements, compounds and mixtures. Things to include, definition of each of the keywords, diagram to illustrate the keyword, give examples of the keywords. You can create the notes in this content page.
By clicking on that, it will go through and read the page out loud to you. If you visit a website and it's got this little tab for the website, it will read that website to you. So all of this is about trying to get work easier for you to complete, easier for you to do. Lesson 2, for example, I've got worksheets. Okay, with these worksheets, if you are going to fill in some of this information or alter this, all I've got to do, as I've said, copy it into my content, click anywhere on the page, and I open up a text dialog. I can then move this anywhere I want to on the page to fill it in. Now, for example, this task here says tracing electrons, tracking electrons. In the boxes below, draw a diagram to show the number of electrons in. Now, I've put here an I do task. This is me explaining how I would go through that. So, example 1, 4,2 helium. This tells us that the atomic number is 2, so it has 2 electrons. The electrons occupy the lowest energy level first. So I've drawn my circle. I create a circle. Now I do that by clicking draw, and then I do shape. I pick circle from there, and I dump the circle in. Okay, if I wanted text, I just type HE and put the text in the middle. To do the dots for the electrons, I literally just use the red pen. And so it's just using the tools that are there to complete the work. I'm hoping by showing you this that I can see that a lot of this work is very, very simple and very, very easy, and you should be able to access as a complete. This is a whole lesson. So you can see it go through. I've got some more activities there. With my year 8, I've done a little bit easier, shorter lessons. So I might say, for example, the first task I got my year is there was these 2 tasks. Next week it might be these 2 lessons. Week after might be these 2 lessons. That is my fourth week. That's going to be my 5th. This is going to be a bit longer because it's a bit of a project that I want you to do in there. If you click on something like that, you can very quickly see that it opens up the web video.
Now, just like living organisms are made up of lots of tiny cells, everything.
So that video actually plays inside the web browser, inside the lesson. No need to go outside right now, it's there for you to read. I'm hoping that this will give you a bit of a feel for what I'd like you to try and use, or the stuff I'd like you to try and use within Teams. I'm hoping this gives you a bit more understanding of why I'm trying to use it, why I'm trying to include this stuff, and what it is capable of doing. I've already got 5 or 6 people that have used it very, very comfortably. They find it quite easy. All I'm asking you to do is have a go, have a try, see what you can come up with. Just to give you a bit of a heads up, that's my year 8s, my year 7s. I'm going to my year 7 class. Okay, as you can see there, it's going to post, and I've got interaction with a few people here. As you can see, going into my class notebooks here. Get my introduction page. Oh, I can't do anything with this. How do I go any further? This is back to that refreshing again, this idea of making sure I expand it first to give it a maximum space. Click on the open navigation panel icon there. But go into the content area in this section. Remember, this is my notes. I can put work in there. You can't edit it in this section, but what you can do is right click on it, click move, and then move it to your section here. So move it to your file content and your name into the right folder, and it will do that. Okay. Every lesson will be in there. It will give you a chance to read through it, give you a chance to have a go at the task. I'm hoping by doing it this way, it's nice and easy. You can then go back and look at the previous work from last lesson, the lesson before, and so on, and it stays there. No notes taken by you unless the task is to take notes. It's all going to be simple and straightforward. I'm hoping this demo has given some people a little bit of an idea on how to approach this, and I feel that this will get better the more we use it.